Everyone, welcome back. So, Dragon Quest Smash Grow doesn't try to reinvent the roguelite genre, but it does just enough to make it surprisingly pleasant experience. At its core, this is a simple mobile-friendly action game. You build a party of three characters and take them through bite-sized level filled with enemies, upgrades, and just enough strategy to keep things engaging. But right away, the game sets itself apart from traditional roguelites. Instead of long repetitive runs through procedurally generated maps, Smash Grow breaks everything into shorter self-contained mission. Each level can usually be completed in a single attempt, which makes the experience feel more accessible and less punishing. The roguelite system comes from blessing system. As you progress through a level, you are given temporary abilities, things like fireball attacks, healing boost, or orbiting projectiles that deal damage. These stack and evolve during a run, but once the level ends, they are gone. So every mission feels slightly different, even if the core gameplay stays the same. And that core gameplay is extremely simple. You move your character with a virtual joystick and attack happens automatically when enemies are in range. As you deal damage, you charge up a powerful ultimate ability, your Coup de Grace, which you can unleash at the right moment. You can also switch between your three characters on the fly, giving you access to different attack styles and abilities. There's some room for skill, dodging attacks, timing your ultimate, choosing the right blessings, but overall it's designed to be easy to pick up and play. And that's where the biggest limitation comes in, because while the gameplay is fun, but it's also pretty shallow. There's not a lot of depth in the moment to moment action. Enemies repeat frequently with noticeable palette swaps, and combat doesn't involve much beyond what you learn early on. So what keeps you playing? Progression. Dragon Quest Smash Grow leans heavily into customization and upgrades. Character level up through use, while weapons and gears are improved using resources you earn in missions. There's also a gacha system for unlocking equipment. Now, to its credit, the game feels relatively generous. You are given a decent amount of currency, and there are guarantees in place, so you are not endlessly chasing top tier gear. Even lower rarity items are viable for much of the game. You might just need to grind a bit more to compensate. Beyond that, there's another level of progression through memories, which act as stat boosting items you can upgrade over time. And then there's the vocation system, a job mechanic that lets you shift your character's role. But this system comes with a catch. Switching classes resets your low level for that role. So if you turn a high level fighter into a mage, you're starting from scratch. It adds flexibility but also slows progression and forces you to plan carefully. And like many to free play games, there's stamina system controlling how much you can play. At first it's generous, but over time you'll start to feel the limits, typically getting around a dozen missions before needing to wait or refill. Thankfully, given the simplicity of the gameplay, that actually feels like a reasonable stopping point. As for the story, it's serviceable but forgettable. It gives you a reason to move forward, introduces a few characters, and occasionally delivers some fun dialogue, but it's not the reason you will stick around. In the end, Dragon Quest Smash Grow is exactly what it looks like, a straightforward, easy to play action game with a decent progression loop. It doesn't go deep enough to stand out in a crowded genre, and it leans on familiar free to play system, but at the same time, it avoids being frustratingly or overly demanding. It's the kind of game you jump into, enjoy for a bit, and come back to later without feeling overwhelmed. Not groundbreaking, but definitely enjoyable for the right kind of player. Thank you for watching. Bye.